Welcome, Benasari SCNTVGH, here on all social media handles and meet and greet show. Today you can see he's right beside me. Mako West Africa, baby, I coach number. Or Singapore, I coach number. Baby of five, yeah, the minister KT Abashu. So you get it. So we are coming to have a chit chat with him, a conversation with him. You are going to love it. But then, as we do, the tradition goes. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. There's a bell down there. Ring your domano. So that anytime we upload, you get the update and all of that. Let's go for a quick spin, paying compliments to the people that supported us to come your way this time around. But we get to know what is inside this conversation. Don't go anywhere.
The Meet and Greet Show is brought to you by God's Way Events. Call them for your event planning, organizing, and management. And Main Event Graphic Designs. Contact them for graphic designing, t-shirt printing, general printing, photography, and many more.
Alright, welcome back. Minister KT is my guest on the show tonight, and we are going to have a lovely and amazing conversation. Yeah, the better angles, baby. Minister KT. Yeah, fanboy, see. Minister, made it to Mr. Todd, sir. Maybe interview, and then I asked people to ask the questions, tell me the questions they want me to ask you, or they themselves would have asked you if they were here. About 80% they are trying to push an agenda. And you say members say what to say. What to say? What they say is you're okay. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good as well. I hope you're also good. You are well, cry. So, Minister, what to say?
I don't understand what to say.
How is she?
She has in I don't know.
Minister is thinking about something different. You realize she can be your mother. It can be your spiritual mother as well.
Actually, live with my grandma. I spend a lot of time.
Okay, how is she?
My grandma is very fine. I mean, she's grown older, almost like with age, I mean, 1 or 2 issues, but she's fine.
There's something peculiar about your voice when you sing. That nice voice. People said I should ask you. We've not gone to the conversation yet, but this is just the opening questions. People said I should ask you that. A typical day, on a normal day, what's the breakfast for Minister KT?
Breakfast.
When you wake up, today there's no fasting. You
No
didn't talk.
fasting.
What be your breakfast?
Breakfast. I hardly take breakfast. I don't sleep a lot. I like being up in the night. So sometimes I'll stay up. Maybe there are times I can stay from 11 p.m. to somewhere like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And I just sleep like 7. So by the time I'm up, breakfast is over.
I see.
You understand? But no, I like taking tea a lot. It's not necessarily for breakfast, but because of the warmth, right?
Okay.
I just like taking tea. Anything hot, specifically.
Pacho, so what's it? Minister said he likes taking tea. What the officer or two you?
It has nothing to do with that song.
Alopala with the banquet say Kwame Balasco. Kwame main event. But really, how do you train your voice?
Okay.
If it is not the team, but you said the warmth in the water.
I think I've heard that theory of people. I mean, if you want to sing nice, you don't take cold stuff and all that. I take a lot of cold things. To be honest, I take a lot of.
But still, the voice, no, Charlie, your voice.
I think that I think I don't know. Sometimes I hear people say it, and then I'm like, are you sure? Because when I listen to myself, I hardly hear what people tell me. I hardly hear. I think that it has come with time, right? I think singing is something. It's like walking.
Okay.
Right? No one just woke up and then we just got up and started walking. We were crawling. I mean, we did some 1 or 2 falling off and all that, and then we got to the point where our walk became perfect. You understand? So I think that previously, somewhere 2012, 2013, I used to rehearse a lot because I used to listen to some people. Those times when we hadn't identified ourselves. When you wanted to sound like somebody, hear somebody singing a particular song. Remember those times, the metal and the others, right? Even in Sudan here, when I say sing and people want to sound like them. So I picked up the habit of working on every voice training I find. Like there are a lot of them that I laid hands on. Some of them are for choral, others are for even whether it's for ladies or whatever. I just wanted to just do everything, right? Okay. So I think that it also comes with the nature of my voice. I think with time I had to develop this habit of having a talking voice and a singing voice. So somebody might hear me talk and then like I don't think he sings like that. So I used to talk very high. So if you talk, I mean on the same let me say frequency as your singing voice, it disturbs it a lot. The vocal cords are disturbed, so you don't get it refreshing. Okay. And I'm naturally I'm a nasal person. I talk nasal and sing nasal. So
what does it mean? Break it down, please. Frequency, Abibi, the volume of the way you talk. Let's break it down. Nasal. What is it?
Nasal is
basically what does it mean?
When I close my nose and I talk. All right, it's a three six or bonnet in it. Right. Okay. So I used to be that kind of singer between my bomb. Right? So I had a couple of complaints about that. It didn't let me down. Right. So what I did was I listened to those that sing that don't do nasal, right, and then I started working towards them. So what happened was then I also got a blend of some people sing mixed voice, chest voice, so I had a blend of that which is very natural with me, and then the other things. And so anytime I sing I want to hear like am I going back, am I, and I hardly even pay attention on them though. Like I just want to sing my song and go my way. I hardly pay attention to them.
Yeah. You've actually answered almost all of the questions I had in mind to ask you, basically. But then you were talking about the voice. You started, it wasn't perfect, it was getting somewhere. Now it's where it is. So I want to sing for you to tell me which level I did. I better give you my level. So let me do your song. I like the chorus.
Okay.
So challenging people before I spoil the show, I beg, hit the subscribe button. If you happen to be here, share with friends and like as well. So I'm speaking with Minister KT here, and we're having an amazing conversation. We've gotten to the point where I'm testing my voice. So yeah, you are all I need. You are all I want. You are my all in all. I put my trust in you. See, Kwame, why? You did the camera, everybody did talk. Why? Minister, where am I?
Oh, the level of high car.
Minister, I beg. This one, it's a compliment. They give us a compliment, this be laughter.
You're we don't catch that. Like, I was the ancient arrowheads the pass it, bro.
Too much of everything is bad, Minister. All right, so
but that kind of ship the Manasco. Minister Manasco.
I see. And I said, Ocean cry.
You see that? Okay.
I see. So, Minister, let's start from getting to know you. How did KT start? Let's go to education, family, and then where you from. Because people might have seen you on stage perform and all of that, but they don't really know where you are. They connect with you, but they really want to know where you're coming from, what started, and all of that.
I don't think it's. I mean, a summary of it will be. I was born and bred in Sunyani.
Okay.
Right. And I did basic school in Sunyani. And then I went to Temple College in Kumasi.
Oh, Amanfo.
Yeah, that's
Amanfo.
The best school in Ghana.
Any best school in Ghana. Hey.
Obeya.
Me we OTO.
Oh, you trust me. Oti the Janka.
There be and yes, we dey compare the school. I dey try intimidate you say, oh yeah, I'm a bull.
Okay.
But really, that no be what I dey try.
But why say like Oti boys them all talk like I don't know about it. Say Oti ni be we need to be away.
Unse Oti ni be osada.
Normally can share most as well. Oh, normally Tiana be intimidated that for ni jechi. See that. So we mistake and boys now mafia. Oh Jesus, SHB. Right, so
you be a man for
a
man for seniors. Oh, I see. Right. But the quiz, what happened?
Oh, say I feel you any day. I went 4 times. After 6, right? Schools, basa na kano.
You were saying school. You're right. So
basically, she said so. Won't even give me that. So I said,
he said it all. I didn't say so. Me, I'm doing my interview. Minister KT said it all. So basically, in a summary of the whole thing, how it started and all of that.
I went to Ine.
Okay.
A lot of people hardly believed it, but I studied electrical engineering. Yeah.
So you be electrician.
You see that thing?
An engineer.
That's like engineering and customer actually.
Me socket I say you.
Sir.
You show na jo get mama.
Any problem?
What say?
Yeah. You can bump pegs. Miracles do work.
Right, so from there.
Then from there, I'm just here. So I think that I've been following music basically all my life. I was recently talking to one auntie of mine, and she was telling me, I mean, how like I used to respond to music when I was a kid, and then everything. So I think I was basically following the wrong kind of music because somewhere up to 2012 I was in secular.
Okay.
Right. So it was after 2012, after school, after SHS, then I met some friends. They introduced me to a group in Sunyani here called Soji.
Soji.
Yeah. From
Century
Soji.
of Grace Incorporated.
Yeah. So from Soji, I was also singing in church. I used to sing at Wesley Methodist. So I mean, gradually we didn't. It wasn't really about having to start a ministry or do music or whatever. It was all about something I felt passionate about, and I just felt happy anytime I'm doing it. So I'm in school. Then I think somewhere 2014 I joined Elim City, right? And so I think what Elim did was, in Elim we do contemporary music, right? We do that kind of hill song, American style, like
that kind of KT songs.
You understand, right? So that was when I got to, because I used to play guitar. I mean, before, but then like there it got a bit more interesting because I got to do, because the sound is more of what I love
in relation to what you
understand. Doing rock, kakra, funk and all that. So it got me very much into it. And then that was when I also started. I used to play and sing previously, but then I mean, when I get to doing it every Sunday, you understand, and then people sort of identified me more with that, the guy that plays guitar and sing. You see that thing there. So I think somewhere 2015, and my pastor helped. I traveled and went to some conference, and then I did some small performance there. And when
this is Singapore,
you see that
I watched the video and then I was like, wow.
You see that, like the way they responded. I was like, so after the whole conference, I was like, but we can actually do it. I mean, we see that we see ourselves say the gap between us and them, because the letter I did there and how they appreciated it, and they were like asking like, where are you from?
Oh, so what you did was a letter.
Oh.
No, come on, you're discouraging me already. What you did there, people, I know if you judge this one. That be why we get the comment section. Go to YouTube, Kwaku Yeboah, KT, right?
Yeah.
The K is KAYT, and watch the Minister KT at something conference in Singapore. Just watch the video. He say it be something small. Say yes, small. Just come and comment. That was your small.
Oh, but it was. Those times I used to rap and sing. You see that kind of thing. So I think being an African and being there, they were surprised I was even singing in English. You understand how? So, but after that response, I realized like we can actually do it. We belittle ourselves too much, And I had other. We once went to this music show. There was a piano, and we're just playing some 1, 4, 5, 6 chords. The only chords that I know, and I was just singing. And the guys couldn't believe it. They're like, "You really sound like." And I mean, that was then. And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was happy because it was a Yamaha shop. It was a big shop, and when they just told me that, I felt very happy. I was like, oh, okay, let me actually. So I came back and I called one of the guys I've been working with for a very long time. Actually, I have to
give him shout outs.
Yeah, Godfrey there. We met in level 100 at UNE, so we started playing together. He was with me when I was a Methodist. Because the one that actually asked me to come to Elim, to join him at Elim, because he had left for Elim at that time. He was the drummer at Elim. So then I sat down with Godfrey and we talked about it. Charlie, let's do something. I mean, that was I think 2015, right? So we had it all planned out. Because I mean, when you're starting out, there wasn't any form of finance, and we were having some issues at other places, church, other groups. Because when you want to just start out, people are asking like, "What is he doing? You are rushing, Why don't you wait?" Sometimes when you start out like that, programs near there, any church meeting, and then they're also doubting your loyalty to the church and what they do, and a whole lot of things.
So family stuff.
You understand? Family cried. Family cried. It was serious. I mean, I had to battle with them until somewhere last year, where they go to the point of, okay, Jao, You know, we are not supporting what you're doing, but we don't have any issues with you. There's the direction we want you to move. But if you're not moving, because you work with school, work with electrical engineering, you know, where we in school, you understand? And it's not like secular now. With me, but gospel, no crowd. If I say that, I make your mom make, you know, how is their life? You know, you have just a handful of people like they've made it out there, and they actually have something to speak of their success. But most of the others are just names. Which show why they are really struggling and all. So it was difficult, but I mean, this is where we are. Yeah, and it's just been good.
Powerful. So as you said, rightly said, you had some comments that what one particular thing that made you go like, I think I have to stop. It almost discouraged you.
I think not necessarily church, but whilst coming up, right? I think I put a lot of trust in people. Those who are doing well, especially in Sunyani and all. Then you go to this person, you go to that person, and then there's some discouraging thoughts. There are people who want you to follow them. Okay. You know, or people in BV near the day, and then there's some pastors who feel like you should sit and wait or pray. You understand? So when I mean you're looking for some kind of work, because I remember I had my first program in 2018.
The Meet and Greet Show is brought to you by God's Way Events. Call them for your event planning, organizing, and management. And Main Event Graphic Designs. Contact them for graphic designing, t-shirt printing, general printing, photography, and many more.
I got on stage. We had wanted to record about 4 songs. I'm a songwriter, so I wrote some songs and I arranged some others too. So after the program, I was asking for the recording, and I learned that as soon as I got on stage, you know, the laptop that was being used to record just went off. So we finished the program, we didn't get any recording. The following year, I tried to record some songs again, and then right after sound check, it started raining. It rained for more like an hour. A lot of people couldn't come for the program. The lights went off. After the program, realized recording, I said, you know, we couldn't use it anymore. And then, you know, you put money in some of these things, because we don't have people financing what we're doing. You know, like we need producer now. You see that kind of thing. So it was very discouraging. But I think the biggest of it all, I mean, the family issues there. I mean, family, it just happens, right? I mean, so I think with the family issues, when it happens, it just encourages you. It makes you want to prove yourself. You understand? But with this one, you know, when you're starting with everything, that's a business. This is a career, in as much as it's ministry. So you'll be like, okay, what is okay programmer, you beat your car, you know, you some an area on B near the idea, and these are the things you plan yourself around. So you'll be like, okay, the me program cry. I mean, I can not be it will be unsupporting me yet, right? Maybe people supporting, maybe who knew because my phone program more car, now my father more car near the idea, you understand? So we your programs in case we have a car. It's your time, I mean, you get something and put together for your own and stuff. Then you realize that you go for programs and they're like, Nyamisha, you know, that's some of the workers who so see near the day. And that was actually what actually brought about with a couple of other things. But that was the very issue that I was tackling when I wrote the song All I Want. You know, so I've been around, like that was last year. Like 2018, my inauguration, I had a program in April 2018, 2019 November, I had a program, and normally people, by God's grace, like people come for my events, and you know, fundraising near the idea, you don't get a lot. You get you see that thing, and I wasn't working, you know, I wasn't working. Like I'm doing this full time, so you still go for programs, and still 2019 same thing. I had 2 programs, the same thing, you know. So I was just sitting down. And I was like, so why are we doing this?
Why are you in the business? Because if this was what you were looking at.
And I'm the type that I'm not very vocal. My life is very, very private. That's why a lot of people are asking, you know, the other question, you know. My life is very, very private. So with my band members, we'll go for programs and I'll give them money to go home, you know, sometimes. I mean, there are a lot of times they sacrifice for me for free, you know. And there are times you have to just get something from pocket for them. And it's not because the people have paid you or anything. The people who promise to give you something and don't give you anything.
You not hear from them.
So I was like, so why are we doing this? You know, why are we doing this? Because if this is how it's going to be, and the Lord was just speaking to me and had like, because I'm not the type that you call me and be like, I'm like, oh, may charge you 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, whatever. No, I don't do that. Well, I've not done that yet, you know. So I just respond.
I like it. He said he has not done that yet. It doesn't mean he's not going to do
no,
that.
it doesn't mean
There will be time, Charlie, you call Mr. KT, you follow say, Charlie. Even the time has come. Because if you listen to what he's doing, Charlie, don't be saying, we go do. I beg you, don't go do, and he has to do.
So it was very difficult. I was constantly asking myself, like, why are we doing this in the first place?
Yeah.
You before having programs, we call persons that's really the day. We trick we were over 50 cities. The person has tried the one or the amount, but that is, budget say 15,000. That's what Kwaku pays can amount 100 cities. You see that thing. So it was very, very discouraging. And that night I sat down and I cried and I prayed and I was asking God. And God says I should do just what He's asked me to do. And I was like, eh. So I realized that I wasn't in for money, I wasn't in for fame, I wasn't in for anything. It was just Him. So that's like, you are all I want, you are all I need, you are my all in all. I put my trust in. So like, you have to just trust Him, because Bible says that God meets us at the point of our need. So, like, this is me, this is my need. When the point comes, then God meets me there. You have to trust Him in that point. So that was the very thing. But then, I mean, I think that if you listen to the lyrics of the song, like, you will find me like silver and gold, you repair my hands for war. I'm grateful for your love and all that. So it just brings you to that point where you have to trust God more. But yeah, it doesn't now. I mean, at first there are times I'm like, why don't I just pick my certificate and just go and find a job and teaching crab, when I can't at all. But God tells you to go back. He says no. And then you just have to go back. So it didn't necessarily pull me back. But what it did was, like, it puts you down. You have to go back to God again. Ask Him, are you sure you ask me? You are really into this?
Yes. That to be certain of the
you understand,
call. Charlie,
you understand.
the ministry will be manpower.
We've heard God probably be like, is it God? Like, God, is that you?
Is that you?
It's not easy. No.
I see. So in as much as we are having fun and we're having a conversation, he said something that is very salient. He said when the challenges faced him, he went to God back, cried, prayed, and all of that. How kakrato now I beg, when you're done watching this video, at least you should know that a lesson you learned is, or how be toa. You cry, yes, you are human. Hard guy, sukakra, hard girl, sukakra, and then pray to God. That is the most important part of it. Minister KT, so that is how the song came about. You can't talk about this song without giving us some gospel. It's like the other time I was talking to Minister Onassis and I was like, so you can't talk about your song without giving us some 1 2 1 2.
I pray God gives me grace, because I'm dead.
Don't worry, I'm here, I'll back you.
It's very simple. I mean, only the chorus, right?
Oh, for free. Anything, cry.
Lord, I surrender to your call. Like a lamb I will obey. In you, oh Lord, I trust. Oh, you refine me like silver and gold. You prepare my hands for all. I'm grateful for your love. Oh, from age to age, you're still the same. You never change, never failed before. You were all I want. You were all I need. You are my all in all. I put my trust in you. You were all I want. Lord, you are all I need. You are my all in all. I put my trust in you. I put my trust in you.
Wow. Charlie, the voice there. Minister KT sang, and Charlie, you hold on. In the meantime, I'll keep on with the interview. Sometime, maybe time to come, we go back to see if you can sing some. But this time, there, Charlie, make me be asking the question, or you people say what. So, Minister, there's an upcoming program. Anyways, you can see I'm in my nice T-shirt here. let's talk about it. The new generation. Now we know how the whole generation started. The generation, it be like you are giving birth to people, or
so is it just I had to start something.
Mm-hmm.
I really had to start something. I was part of Soji, but then their vision and whatever they represent and all that is amazing. They are doing great, but then I felt the vision God was giving me, and I'm not out of that ministry. I'm still part. We are very vibrant in there. So I felt that God was leading me to different direction, where it's not just about. I mean, I could have just started a ministry with me and my 6 BBs and my band, and I would be going for programs and all. But then the Lord put this mandate on me that why don't I create a platform for people? You know, that people, either than like that platform, they wouldn't have necessarily gotten the stage to do something. So with new generation, I don't really go for people who are necessarily like very good singers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the sort of like come as you are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and be available thing. And we get there. Our motive of worship is different.
Okay.
You understand? That's how you call it. Our theme is worship in spirit and in truth. So you come, we don't necessarily sit you down to give you voice training or whatever. We pray more than we actually sing.
Alright.
You know, we pray more than we actually sing. Yesterday we went for an all-night rehearsal. We closed we started praying till like 1 a.m. We closed the rehearsal at 2:30 a.m. Prayed till 4 a.m. You know, and that's what we do at New Generation. That's what we basically do. So I just wanted to understand the other part. I was telling somebody that I'm tired. If a concert, if a music concert in the name of God is to entertain people, fine. That we have to have that.
Yeah.
That's why I mean people go to the bars and all that to get entertained.
Mm-hmm.
If we have concerts that are just meant to entertain people, they just come, they listen to some jazz or good music. People sing very well, right? But if it is a worship event, if you say it's a worship event, we have to see something. Because if you go into the Bible, worship has, I mean, different stages. It has something. It's a response to. I was listening to one of my mentors. He said worship is a response to revelation. You know what God is saying. You communing with God. You understand? So new generation is basically that kind of thing. So we set our minds at it. If we are singing the songs, I explain it to them. I tell them. So we learn how to write songs. God willing, by next year, when it comes for our event, you hear us sing a lot of our own songs. I've written a lot of songs, a lot. We go for rehearsals and we just be writing songs. Then they won't even know their songs.
So the songs, how many are out so far?
I have just the All I Want, and we're believing God that. I mean, sometimes it's all about money. Because if we had been able to record the songs in 2018 and 2019, I'd have had about 15 songs out.
Wow.
You know, but they are all there. I have to record about 3 songs just next 2 weeks in 2 weeks time. And I'm like, which of the songs am I recording? I'm just still thinking like, you recording and I'm recording. So that is basically what we do. We draw the attention to these things and then push them and to know God more in the line of music and emotion.
Let's veer a bit from the conversation. Are you open to management, to welcome any management? Okay.
I am very open to it, but then the problem is that I've realized I've been studying the trend, you know, with what has happened with some musicians, you know, falling out with their managers and all that in recent times. And the very thing I've come to realize is that most of them, the management picked them when they were very little or when they didn't know much about the music industry. So somebody's like probably investing in you, and the person also feels a charity work, you know, so they get to that point where the returns are now coming in, and then there's some, because on an investment, you know, just like Obiako store, no, like they want to get, so I want to get to that point where if somebody is coming in for me to work with, the person understands my concept.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the type that don't really look at money. So if somebody has invested in me, you know, and it gets to that point where there's an event for 15,000 and there's an event for 2,000 and then there's an event for nothing, and I'm telling the person God is saying I should go for this one, we shouldn't have a problem, you know. I realize that is where a lot of people get it, you know, because it's mine is a ministry, in as much as a career. So I mean, there's the part where you're writing songs, somebody will have to produce them, you know, you have to sell them. There's a business part of it that will have to be managed. So I'm sure we'll get to that point.
Okay. So let's talk about the program. When is it happening?
Exactly, I think Sunday's week.
15th
November.
I can't wait.
So
me now, I can't wait.
What
What should we expect?
I think that we should come with an open heart to receive.
Open heart.
Because me, I am coming there to receive, and like I have expectations. You know, I want to see miracles happening whilst we are singing. Me, I'm waiting to see the visible presence of God. Like something has to happen at the event. Everyone's in a mini. You understand? Like this is. I didn't really see it. It tells God actually came. I'm waiting on saying who say somebody will be or the crutch by no dimmy kind of. We want to start a revival. We want to start some push some trendy. Pastor Ben does it a lot. Because ministrations are like in programs. Because will be getting healed near the like Pastor Ben. He's in a different realm. So you understand? But if it starts with it happens with some of us, people like, oh Charlie, then we can also do it. Yeah. We have to pray more, we have to fast more, we have to rehearse more and all, and then we can get to that point.
Yeah. So let's go into the events. Where is it happening?
Elim City.
Yeah. So I'm coming from Kumasi. Where is Elim City in Sunyani?
You're coming from Kumasi. I think that the what I can just say is that there's this VIP terminal. I think it's popular in Sunyani. Yeah. VIP bus terminal. So Elim City is directly opposite. And then I think we share walls with VRE. Yeah, so you just get to VIP. It's just opposite. Yeah.
And how? Unimbe BR, you know VRE.
Yeah.
Everybody for town know VRE. I beg VRE this. Elim day so.
You just cross the road now.
Cross the road now, you are there. And how much are we paying for the event?
We're not paying anything.
We are not paying anything.
No, we're not paying anything.
Sure.
We're not paying anything.
Are you not sure because of the camera?
No.
We know they pay anything.
But not Kunkwan of Ejidiska.
Ejidiska, me producer. Oh, Oscar.
No, it's not Panasa.
So who beside the new generation and the minister KT, who else should we expect?
Well, so the program is a worship and prophetic experience.
Okay,
you know. So there's Brother Akins, very powerful minister. Yesterday we heard with them. It was powerful. Wow, it was powerful. There was Mrs. Mcheji. She's a worship leader and another powerful minister in town. There's my daddy, Pastor Eben. He's a prophet too. You know, so I mean, anything can happen. We have, and then there's Prophet Collins from World of Salvation. I don't need to speak so much about him, so because I know people know a lot about him. Yeah, so yeah.
So let's get into the T-shirt is on sales, right?
Yeah.
Please get yourself a T-shirt. How much is it?
30 cedis.
So if you need any of these T-shirts, how many colors are available?
There's yellow, there's blue, there's
in fact all the colors
green,
you can think of.
There's white.
Yeah. So comment in the comment section if you need a T-shirt. We'll get you one wherever you are. Don't worry. Get your 30 cedis ready. If you add up, so Minister, the social media handles on IG.
On IG is Kwaku Yeboah. The Kwaku is spelled QUA. Instead of the KWA. There's a Kwaku Yeboah on IG. There's and I think even with IG, you just type my name, Ajay Kwaku Yeboah. It will just come. Yeah. There's Ajay Kwaku Yeboah KT on Facebook. There's Kwaku Yeboah just like on Instagram, on Twitter, and then my YouTube handle is
YouTube na Kwaku Yeboah KT no say spelling
KAYT
T near the space baby. So Kwaku Yeboah KT on YouTube and then all social media handles. Please follow him, subscribe to his channel, go and watch the Singapore video and tell me what he did this more. Minister KT totally. Benasari, Minister KT, thanks for having being on the show. I enjoyed everything.
I just have to say this. I've been following you for a while, right? I've been following you, and you guys are a blessing. Trust me, like you guys are a blessing. The Lord is taking us to a place. I strongly believe God is taking us to a place. But when we know what you are, people like you are doing, it makes us believe that in some 5 years' time, I mean, someone was asking where I'm going to be in 10 years' time. We couldn't answer to that, but we know. I know that in that 5 or 10 years, wherever God is going to take us to, we don't have to run to Accra or even to New York or whatever for some big interview or whatever. We just have our people here, you know, and the Lord is going to keep blessing us. God bless you for having me. I'm humble. Like to have God for the sale nice money out there. I don't know how to frame you know.
But before we go, they said this question. If I don't ask, people will start on following me. I beg. What is her name?
Like
Mr. KT, are you dating?
No.
Hey, Charlie.
I've not been in a relationship for a very long time. Like the last time I was in a relationship was I think when I was entering level 100 in university.
Wow.
And that was Ache. Maybe school that. You know.
Wow.
And it ended like I think after
Charlie,
4 months.
in as much as you people are grabbing your t-shirts, I beg you feel grab them.
That's the relationship there.
And they said I should give you this time capsule. How do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I've been telling my people, new generation, I've been telling them so many times. I've told them that we are bringing a Grammy, we are bringing a Dove Award, we are bringing a Stella. You know, so you want to see like just caption, like see those people, see the Franklins. I mean, see the Joe Metals, where they are now, where they are getting to, and then you have a clear picture of where we are going to. We believe the Lord will take us there.
Sharp. All the awards you can think of. Give me the two. We are bringing them here in Sunyani. Minister KT Benasari, SCNTV. Behind the camera, Kwame main event. Call him for all your branding solutions and all of that. And also you should know, if you have your wedding, your live musical concerts, your funeral and all of that, call me to organize. I do event planning and all of that too. So see you next time on the show. Bye bye.